I don't think you can ever know for sure why markets move the way they do, but potentially, the other day when we saw Bitcoin drop from almost $7,400 down to 62 at the bottom, currently it's at 6,400 US dollars. I think there are a few factors as to why that happened. Obviously, we can get into the Goldman Sachs news, which turned out to be fake news. There's some other things as well. And I think this article that I have pulled up, published on Mashable.com, gives a good kind of overview, and I kind of want to share my thoughts and add them to this article. So the article is titled "Crypto Market is Crashing Hard, Here's Why." It was published by Stan Schroeder. So the cryptocurrency market is bleeding for the second consecutive day. Today, although it seems kind of stable, this is essentially the price of Bitcoin and a lot of these alts from yesterday. If we take a look at the global market cap, you can kind of see nothing in the top 10 really outside of like 1% up or down, kind of pretty steady, not much movement there. It does point out how Ethereum, the second largest coin by market cap, is at a low point for the entire year. I just posted a video about Ethereum being very low. So the article goes into there being several reasons behind the crash. So on Wednesday, a Business Insider reported Goldman Sachs has put its plans to launch a crypto trading desk on hold. Goldman Sachs has been one of the major banking institutions which have showed interest in Bitcoin. The thing is, I believe that news, and I think this came out yesterday, was actually fake news. The CFO, I believe, of Goldman Sachs stated, that's not really what's happening. So I think that piece of news was pretty much FUD. And I guess you can't really know that until it's confirmed later on. You kind of have to wait and see and hear from people at the top of those companies there. And yeah, the CFO did pretty much come out and say that was fake news. So that doesn't mean the price already hasn't reacted and the price already hasn't dropped. But I think that probably played a part, even though it shouldn't have, because it came out that it is fake news. It says here, the fear institutions are losing interest in crypto is a valid enough reason for caution. Crypto traders appear to be more concerned about dangers lurking in the shadows of black market platform Silk Road. A Redditor traced more than 111,000 Bitcoins worth more than 700 million associated with the Silk Road that have been recently moved to various online exchanges, potentially with the intention to sell. That's why people potentially are getting up in arms about that, a little cautious, because if all of those would be sold, it's very likely the price would drop. Huge amounts of Bitcoins being moved to exchange wallets give traders the shakes, as it likely means a lot of selling pressure on the price. Then it goes on to talk about earlier in April with the Mt. Gox trustee and his Bitcoins as well. But the article does end with something I like. The crypto market's upward momentum that started mid-August has been brought to a screeching halt. The crypto world is still eagerly awaiting the SEC's decision on a few proposed Bitcoin ETFs, which the VanEck one potentially could be decided September 30th or postponed. That's the latest deadline they've given, though. Really, the last sentence here, a positive ending to that could finally give crypto the kick in the butt that it needs, while a negative one would likely drive the prices even lower. So I want to finish on that because I think, unfortunately, even though people around the space are less and less reliant on an ETF, a negative decision on the VanEck SolidX ETF for sure. I think if any ETF is going to impact the price, it'll be that one. On the upside, though, if there was a positive decision, the market would react positively. Prices probably would shoot up, even if an ETF is not the best thing for the future of crypto. If September 30th comes around and they decide, hey, you know what, we're approving this, the crypto space would be ecstatic, especially in this market. People are definitely looking for anything and everything to get excited about, any piece of news, because there's such a lack of excitement right now, I think. So yeah, a positive ending with an ETF being approved would definitely skyrocket everything. And a negative one probably would drive the prices even lower. Although I definitely think that a positive decision would definitely have more of an impact on the upward side, because I think a lot of people don't expect the ETF to be resolved or have a decision made by the end of September. I think most people either believe it'll be postponed or they will just outright deny it. So it's kind of one of those situations where it's like expect the worst, hope for the best. But if you're expecting the worst and the worst does happen, you're expecting it. Not much shock. It shouldn't really affect your emotions. It shouldn't really affect your investment. But if the best case scenario happens, not only were you not expecting that, so it comes as a nice surprise, but a lot of people would be ecstatic about it and the prices would probably go up from that. Other than that, I guess another reason is just that, this trend still continues. The Bitcoin trend is definitely a very long-term trend. So even though we saw some upside for about a week or two here, the overall trend is still the overall trend. The overall trend is still, this pattern right here. So I think that definitely dictates everything regardless. We didn't quite get to the trend line, which I was thinking, potentially we would, just because we got so close on all of these other runs. This is by far the furthest from the trend we got before breaking down. Could be spurred on a little bit by the Goldman Sachs news. Also a combination of the fact so many people are aware of this pattern now, and maybe that made it less likely for it to happen. Either way though, I hope that gave a nice perspective, or at least kind of combinations of my and the article perspective on why we're at where we're at. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, check out the description, and I will be back soon with another video.